Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video, and hopefully you can learn how to adjust your idle without taking your idler control valve off or trying a million other things. A lot of times this fast idle valve problem is kind of the main driver in idle fluctuation. So hopefully this helps. It's a quick fix. The video is pretty quick below, but I was just gonna say really quick before you get into the video, if you guys do like the content, we do put out weekly vlogs of all the silly things that we do at the shop. We build a lot of fun cars. It's kind of interesting owning a performance shop. So, I've just been trying to share it with you guys. So if you like the content here, I don't know, give us a like or a subscribe and check out the other stuff that we put out every week with our regular videos. And we should have more of these type of, like DIY videos coming, as things come up in the shop. I'll just film them. So I fix a lot of these little problems every day on mostly Hondas and Nissans and a few other cars. So if you're into those kind of cars and you feel like modding them, or you just want to keep them running good, tune into the channel and, see what pops up. It might be something to help you out with your car in the future. All right, guys, enjoy the video. For the car to pass the emissions test, it can't idle at like 3,000 RPM. And Hondas are kind of notorious for having idle issues, like either fluctuation, like where it kind of goes up and down, or just super high idle. In this one's case, it just idles crazy high, 3,000 or 4,000 RPM normally. So I just figured I would show you this because it's kind of an easy fix. There's something underneath the throttle body called the fast idle valve, and everybody tries to pull off the idle air control valve, which is back here. But most of the time, the idle air control valve, even though they can get kind of dirty and clogged, they're typically not the culprit. Usually it's this fast idle valve. There's actually like a coolant controlled, it's kind of like a switch that goes back and forth and allows more or less air for idle. And if you're having crazy idle fluctuations on your Honda, this should be the first place that you check. Obviously any vacuum leaks would cause it as well, but this right here is usually the main culprit. Okay, so once you get out of the car, you just want to pop these screws off here, and then it gets you into the thermostatically controlled diaphragm that goes back and forth that lets more or less air in at idle. Basically, once it's warm, it's supposed to just be at a set point and hold your idle, and then allow your idle air control valve to take over. But his is doing some crazy stuff. Holy cow. That would be why. Check this out. Can you actually see? There's like a bunch of crap stuck in there, like kind of keeping the plunger probably from doing what it's supposed to. This, oh my gosh, stuff's like falling out. Look at all this coming out of there. He must have sucked some leaves through his intake or something. But so basically, when this isn't sealed and it's leaking through here, it makes the idle super high. You can see these little straight lines. What I'll do is I'll take this piece, this ring, the plastic ring, all the way out, put a little Loctite around the edge, and then put it back in all the way tight, and it'll set it at like a low idle point and allow the factory idle air control just to take over. So let's go do that now. There's like a little O-ring and some threads, and basically just as it plunges in and out, lets more or less air in. And then we'll take just like a little bit of like some red Loctite, blue Loctite, whatever you got, doesn't really matter. Just something to keep it from backing out of the threads. Just a little something like that. And then just run it back down in there. Basically, it's all the way at the bottom, so it still gives it room to plunge in and out with temperature, but it'll be at its lowest adjustment, which will bring his idle right back down to normal. Sometimes I've seen where these come all the way off and they're sitting in there loose, and as the car moves, it'll cause the idle to go up and down, so it's pretty crappy. Put it back together and stick it in the car. dyno hooked up to it. Just kind of happy with that. 900 to 1000 RPM cold, that's not really that bad.